5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday, man. It is beautiful here in New York. It is clear. It is crisp. I can see the city's skyline, excuse me. And I tell you, it's just great. It's about 65, maybe 50, 60, something like that. It's perfect weather. I'm having a great day. I'm finally just doing my show. I'm having fun. You guys are all going to be here. We're going to have a good time, I assure you. And, you know, there's a lot of things in this show that have changed over the years. And then there's some things that have remained remarkably constant. And that's some of the guests, some of my friends who show on the show, and people who eventually kind of become families to me and to all of us together. I have a great bunch of people who watch the show. And everybody who watches, thank you, man. I got a Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are, Facebook user, but it's nice to meet you, and I'm glad you're having a good day. I am Neil, the drummer guy, otherwise known as Neve, and I am called Neve not because I own a Neve console, although I've worked on one and would love to. My name is Neil Ernest Van Erty, and that's it. And Neil Ernest Van Erty show just sounds like shit. Hey, Kuiper, what's happening, man? Brian, out there, the Indianapolis maniac. Fucking 500 horsepower of raging fuel in that boy. He's got one hell of a truck. Thing goes like 0 to 100 and nothing flat, and that's very cool. Oh, it's Toby. Well, what happened? Did you get banned? Did you need a spanking, Toby? My gosh, what have you been up to, girl? Hey, Gina. I'm just talking about giving Toby a spanking for being, I didn't know what was up with her. She got no picture, and you know, I like to have fun with my guests. So we're glad you're here, Toby. You've been having a great run of bands and stuff going on. For everybody who hasn't seen the show in a while, I will be out there in LA having fun, meeting friends, fans, and freaks, and just being the king of the freak parade. I hope to. Poor Toby's like, what? I'm getting a spanking? Nah. At any rate, Toby's kicking ass. She was the Lennon son. Was it Sean or is it? I'm sorry, is it Sean? It was Sean, not Julian, I think. Any rate, that's how it was on Robbie's show the other day. Awesome haircut. Hell, I ain't cut nothing, dude. It's still there, but just tied up a little bit. But thank you. I'm going for my. I don't know what look I'm going for today. I guess I'm going for a debauched drummer from hell who just might show up at your house for couch surfing. Gary, Indiana, and it's 702 horsepower. And I got to say, Brian Kuiper gets the dick compliment of the day, man. That is some serious horsepower. Jesus Christ. It's almost as hot as my last girlfriend. I mean, seriously, that is one hell of a car and machine. No Yankees. Where do I do that? I love you, Susan, but that's all I can say, man. Look at her. I see her. She's just reveling in my discomfort and despair, but don't worry. I will be meditating on the screens. It will come, man. Remember, it is world champion New York Yankees. It's not the fucking Atlanta Braves. Pew. God almighty. I'm not even that sport. Oh, man, look here. Who is it? We got somebody from Down Under, one of my other favorites. She has I think I have two. There's two of my T-shirts in Australia. So, you know, guys, I don't have one here. I'll get one before the show's out. Boo! I hate Philly too, man. Let's go out and throw some batteries at Santa. You know, what a great town. I love Philly, man. You know, they're just insane there. They're more insane than New Yorkers. It's like literally, I mean, we do all kinds of crazy shit here in the Big Apple, but one thing we don't do is throw batteries at fucking Santa Claus. I mean, sorry for the F-bomb people, but you know, I gotta say, you're pretty cold when you throw stuff at Santa when he's out there for the kids and you just rain batteries on him. You can't be giving flying objects to people in Philadelphia and then give them liquor. And, you know, they're buying those big $15 half-gallon beers. And Santa comes out and every damn resentment they've ever had since they were 5. Johnny got the fucking truck and all I got was this stupid jump rope. My parents hated me so much they put me in a cab and an Uber and told them take him for a ride. They give him $5,000. At any rate, enough of this babbling. We've got great guests, and I got 2 of my favorite people. When I started this, I was talking about how much I love our audience and our guests. Well, both of the folks who are here today have. I'm just going to say this: Sam Rourke has been kicking ass, and on this show, she's one of my earliest guests, and the girl works hard. I'm talking serious work ethic, and that's really rare to find. And she's had some ups and downs in life, as we all have, and I don't care who you are, man. The girl's had some experience in her young life, and I always respect hard work, tenacity, and bust your ass. Do it yourself. If somebody can't do it, you'll do it yourself because you can't get anybody better than yourself. And I'm going to bring Sam on in a moment. When I bring her on, I'm going to bring Irish on. Irish is lurking in the shadows, Susan. He's actually sitting back there thinking about you. And last he called me, he was down in the lobby of your place. He's waiting for you. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at him. No, now we don't hear you. Oh, hold on. Unmute mic. You're muted. You're muted.
I'm in Michigan still. I'm not anywhere.
And you've been lurking.
Where have I been lurking?
You're down in Susan's lobby. Is that right? No, I guess not.
Rehabs, man. Rehabs. That's all I do anymore. I wake up, I rehab. I rehab some more. After I'm done with that, hi, Susan. I keep rehabbing. Who do we got? We got Toby. Who do we got around?
Well, we've got Toby. We got Susan. We have Deborah Norman. We've got our beautiful friend Gina and Toby, the girls from out in LA, who I can't wait to see, man.
And I've also been lurking in Rock City.
Rock City, yeah. You and Julie were doing the Rock City dance.
Man, cool time. Saw some awesome shit. Met an awesome friend. Couldn't have been
I've
happier.
Never been
and the
there.
fact,
I can't wait when I go
the look on your face, you're like, I know who you're with. I'm like, no, you don't.
I will guarantee you shocked the shit out of me, man.
You thought I was down there with Sammy.
I did. I was literally thinking, oh, fucking Sam's gonna be sitting here, and it's gonna be great fun. Well, so fuck this. You know what? We went on a minute late, so. Hey, Sam. Good morning.
Hey, morning.
What's up, baby?
Hey, what's up?
It's fucking, what is it? It's 9 o'clock back where you're at?
No, I'm in Kentucky. I'm on Eastern. I'm on your time zone today.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured you're probably like 2 or 3 hours behind sleep anyway. I know your hobbies. And, you know, my people, they stalk you. They watch your Facebook. My people are watching your Facebook page to, you know, they're kind of stalking you for new info we can put up.
Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a ton of new info. Just got back from the Opry, from the JMA Awards, which was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Got female country single of the year. So I'm freaking stoked about it. And it was just an amazing experience. Whiskey's something, that song is just really, really special to me. I've written a ton of tunes, I've had a ton of life experiences, but whiskey is just something that was really precious to me. And for the song to get as much love as it's been getting is crazy. Right now, it's one of the more requested songs on one of the major radio stations out here in this part of Kentucky. Goes into a couple of other states. So it's doing well. And we're about to break its first 100,000 spins on Spotify. It's only
hear that, people?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, it's moving.
If I'm not I may be mistaken, but I don't think I am. I pretty much am sure that you actually premiered that song on my show about a year and a half, maybe longer. I'm not sure, but I know you played it live.
Yeah, I played it live. We worked on the song for over a year. So And then we waited a bit to put it out because I was working on other material. So all in all, I sat on that song from the first time I played it on your show. I sat on it for about a year and a half.
I remember when you were working on it, and I heard it. Yeah. I think you played it just before we went on. You did it in sound check, and ever since I was just like, God, this is a great tune.
Thanks,
I'm so glad it's just blowing up, and I mean that's the secret to life.
Yeah, and I mean there was so much talent out there. It was really good though to see so much Kentucky talent. It was really cool because there's some major acts that I really enjoy even watching, like Kentucky Music Mafia. Like I freaking love those guys. They're amazing, and they ended up winning Group of the Year. And another group from Kentucky, I believe, won either Song of the Year or Band of the Year for their genre, but they're called 8 Days Sober. So there's 3 of us from Kentucky on the Opry stage that night. So that was pretty fun.
All right.
And I mean,
that's a hell of an honor, to have that you've made it to that point. And for those of us who haven't seen you before and are new to the show, Sam, you've had a crazy ass life. In fact, I have had a crazy ass life too. But I have to say, man, yours is right up there, and the things you've done over the years that you've overcome just is great. The fact that you're relatively normal, you have all your sense about you.
That's debatable. Hold on,
man,
now.
We're normal in my world.
Wait a minute. We're gonna do some fact checking on this little comment here.
Yeah, I mean, you could say normal to a point. I would say I've survived. Thank you so much, y'all. I really appreciate it. I see all the comments popping through. I super appreciate it.
We all love you, man. And we all knew too that you were going to kick ass and get where you got because you worked too hard, and you've got it all. You're a good songwriter. Most important though, what makes you is actually the title of one of your songs that I love, and I love those grits, man. I can eat some grits, boy. I'm a Southern gentleman when I'm down south, in spite of being a roguish Yankee raconteur. But
look, you don't have to just be from the South to enjoy some good grits. So
I'm gonna take my meathead moment though, Sam. God, kid, if anybody was supposed to fail, it was you, it was me, and you didn't. Not only did you not fail, you have surpassed everything that everybody thought because
I appreciate it.
Just to who you are.
Not
everybody could have did what you did, kid.
Disparaging my character. Look at this.
Incredibly proud of you.
We are proud of you too.
I really appreciate it. It's been interesting to just recover. I got to tell my story on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry, and that's the one place I've always wanted to tell my story, and I intend to go back there to play again as an artist. But that's going to take even more work. But to tell my story on the stage of the Opry was my dream. Just
life-changing events, man.
Yeah. I mean, I was a homeless fucking drug addict and a meth manufacturer. I had no life at 17. So it's pretty wild to be where I'm at right now because I'm a pre-law student full time. My life is, if you had told me that I would be where I'm at right now 10 years ago, I would have told you that you were crazy, so it's
you've taken up, and I have nothing but respect for any artist who puts it out there and they work it. And you know what, every one of us, no matter what we've ever done that we do well now, that we can maybe make look easy to someone as a musician or a talent, the people who get to that level have nothing but work effort, and there's nothing that gives you success except for hard work and relentless hard work. And then the ability after you get your face kicked in and people are talking bad and you got no money coming in sometimes and you're juggling your whole life. And everybody out there you have people who love you and know you're going to make it. And you got the people out there who are like, believe me, I know a few people who, we've all got people who love us and hate us. But I had people when I started my show tell me, it's never going to go anywhere. You got a great face for radio. And I said, what are you guys doing? You're fucking sitting around at home watching stupid shit on YouTube all day. And why not come watch some stupid shit with me that'll at least entertain you? I mean, I'm only here to serve as your class clown. I'm not here to make anybody. I'm not Gandhi or anything, obviously. We're just here to have people like you and Irish tell a story. I mean, when I first met you, Irish, I had no idea, man. For all I knew, you're going to want to come down to my house and be the father raper, you know? I mean, I read your story and I'm going, well, the first time I had you on, I'm sitting there sizing you up and I'm trying to choose my words comfortably and make you feel good about being here. And I'm thinking, man, it was my first exposure. And I read your story and I'm just like, holy shit. And then I have to laugh because as I've come to know, you have a great reading list. And I always like people who read a lot. We tend to get along good because reading is what makes sense of things in the world, or makes it just completely crazy, and that's okay too, because sometimes you got to have it. Man,
sometimes the Isle of Misfit Toys is not a bad place to reside. I promise you, because you'll meet the best people in the world when they're all kind of fucking a little bit nutty.
Everybody is a little nutty who's really got talent, and it's funny. I'm looking at some of these testimonies here, you know, of our fans. You know, guys, every one of you, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. You just take an hour or two out of your life regularly to watch this mess of a show. I feel like so lucky to have like you guys as friends, and I was drawn to you because I was doing what I do late into the night every night. I go through YouTube and see bands that are coming up. If they really got something special, I just ask to bring them on. You know, it's not like I'm not making any money. Hint, hint. Y'all can pay a tip or something once in a while. Oh, let's see. The bat line's running. Let's see who's calling. Maybe we have a stray caller.
Oh, please.
Maybe we have some hate mail today.
Gosh.
Oh, please.
My accountant calling, asking if I'm available to talk to the IRS today.
Is it possible that we can scrub that money into one of my separate accounts in Switzerland? I would really like
That
to
sounds like we'll be talking, but we can't talk on a cellular phone. Remember this, people. If you talk on a cell phone and they record you, you have no protections under the Constitution. However, if you're on a landline, they have higher wiretap they have to wiretap you, and that you have less freedom.
That
or more
fucking
freedom.
phone listens to you anyway, because you can be talking about something that you're not talking about on the phone. Hey, you know, I'd like to buy a fire truck, and within 3 days, an ad for a fire truck will come up down there. I promise you.
I wonder. Listen to this. I'm getting beat up here. I got. This is one of my favorite fans, by the way. Susan's just here to be like keeps me honest. In ancient Rome, they used to have a little fucking troll guy, a midget, or excuse me, a little person. Sorry, guys. God, I'll have phone calls and hate mail that I called somebody a midget.
Yeah, you're canceled now.
I'm so fucking sorry, people.
Let me write
I'm not
that down.
correctly, you might have guessed. I love midget. Excuse me. I love little people.
Little people, Neil. Come on.
Little people. Come on.
Come on. Don't call me a hillbilly. Call me an Appalachian American. It's just
Thank you.
Go. That's Sammy. She's an Appalachian American. Meth Billy.
I just missed Sam last week.
in Appalachia right now.
I just missed Sam last week. If you had not been busy, I was knocking on the door.
Yep. I had all that stuff going on.
You were just a smidge busy.
Yeah, it was a hot mess.
But I got to go down and see Jules, and we went to the top of the world. We went into the freaking caves. And you know what? Jules needed a vacation. I needed a vacation. I got to meet Jules. I got to meet my friends.
Excellent.
But you guys are next. I'm telling you right now.
That's awesome.
Look at Susan. You're giving everybody hell this morning. What's got into you? You have no coffee or something?
I'm a redneck.
You see this? She slandered my. I know Sam. Sam knows if she came to my house, she'd be treated like the best of. All I can say is my house. You come to party at Captain Neil's. We have a good time. You got your own room. You got a deck. You can look out at the ocean. You go to a bar walk down the hill.
Jesus, it almost sounded like you just said Captain and Tennille.
Captain Tennille. You know, I saw the captain the other day. Oh, no, wait a minute. It was the guy from the Carpenters.
I thought you meant Captain Morgan.
Carpenters.
The Carpenters. Close to you. So at any rate, they had a picture of him sitting in his house. Now, you know, you're a rock star, and I wouldn't really call him a rock star, but you usually have some game, you know. The guy's house looks like, I don't know, it looks like a dental pick salesman from Iowa's fucking house. It's like naugahyde or couch cushions with plastic. It's like this really fugly house.
And he had a dental pick. Was it the one with the floss on it? Super bougie.
He should have had it. He might have even needed flossing, possibly. I'm a big one on hygiene. I don't care whatever else you do, but if you don't brush your teeth or wash your ass once a month, I mean, seriously.
All the detours. Take the
Yeah.
oddest detours.
Sam,
Well,
give
we've
us.
got so many people
I
who are
got to
digging
know
on
about
you,
the Opry,
Sam.
man. What about you, Neil? I'm dying. I got to know. Like, I need to know these things. I need to know
Hygiene.
what happened in the Opry, though. That was like the thing in my brain. Like, there's stories. She's got stories.
Oh, I didn't pass out. That was
Did you throw up?
that was a plus. I didn't throw up. I almost threw up.
From what?
I was a ball of nerves. I was stressed out, man.
Oh,
really
yeah, okay.
Wanted to win the nomination, but at that point, I really was just glad to be there. But then I was really nervous because then I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "If I win, I have to walk and then talk." And
Hey,
the
listen,
Opry
you
was
get
so
any
long.
problems with anybody stalking you, Sam, just make a private call to me. I will fucking send it. I have lots of friends, including Irish.
Yeah, we've got Irish, so we're good.
Don't
Not only
mess
that,
with
I
my
have a
baby,
guy we'll
people.
send the
It'll be
Hasidic
all
hitman,
bad
and
for
then
you. I
you'll have no
promise.
problems.
You've
But
never seen a red tornado sweeping
Of
through
a
Kentucky so
full
fast.
Opry house, and it is. Yeah, there's something just magical about the Opry when it's full. It was completely packed, and just looking out and seeing all of that was one of the most humbling experiences of my life.
Now you earned it, kid. You earned
It was pretty sick.
and you earned every
Susan.
second, every bit of it. And I'm hope that you soaked it up.
Susan
and you
is
enjoyed
on it this morning.
Man,
Oh.
listen to Susan, man. She's going crazy. I'm thinking Eugene must have hit Susan like a wall of China last night. And she's feeling her oats.
Look, I'm in sociology classes now. I have to be politically correct, people.
You can redirect them. Yes, we send this whole. I can do that too. You've seen me send this conversation sometimes in let's just say, an unusual direction.
The politically
Well,
correct thing
here,
kind of
let's say
sucks though
whiskey,
anymore
yeah.
because you know who
Guys,
gets it? The
I know
redheaded
you're all
stepchild.
watching, and right now we have commercial free. It's been decreed. Why have a show if you can't just do whatever the hell you want, right? So right now, what I want to do, I want to bring on whiskey. Something I can't drink, but this song gives me that same nice, warm feeling. Makes me feel almost as good as grits. When I hear and start thinking about girls raised in the South for breakfast, I tell you, man, physical changes occur. That's all I can say. So we're off to the races, people.
We're definitely off to the races.
It's going to be a great show today. Stick around. You haven't seen nothing yet. Okay. We'll go here.
If ice cubes could talk, this bottle persuade. They tell you all the things I was too scared to say. Maybe you'd love me, maybe you'd walk away. I wish I knew you'd screw my heart this way. You're finer than bourbon, make me sway like fine wine. And Kentucky back roads make me lose my mind. The curves in their edges remind me of you. When I sip on whiskey, I think of you. Couldn't make you leave her, promise me someday, but I got tired of her calling you away. Go on to her arms, that's where you'll stay, and I'll find myself with a whiskey heartache. Finer than bourbon, make me sway like fine wine. Kentucky back roads make me lose my mind. The curves in their edges remind me of you. When I sip on whiskey, I think of you. those melting ice cubes, trying to block out my thoughts of you. My heart can't stop, you still make me swoon. And I wish I knew that you'd walk away. I wish I knew you'd break my heart this way. Finer than bourbon, you make me sway like fine wine. Kentucky back roads make me lose my mind. Curves and their edges remind me of you. I sip on whiskey, oh, I think of you. And I sip on whiskey, I think of you.
All right, we're going to be right back with Live with Neve. We'll be back with Sam Rourke and the one and only and amazing Irish. We'll see you in just a minute.
She's sweet as mama's iced tea.
They sentenced me to 20 years of boredom for trying to change the system from within. I'm coming now, I'm coming to reward them.
All right, people. I'm going to just play another Sam tune, and then I'm going to ask her to come back on with us and maybe play one. I don't know if she's awake enough yet, but we'll find out. Just nod your head. I see you, Sam. Any rate, I don't know. She's like, I don't know. Don't worry about it. We got the time. We'll play some music. Now, this is one of my personal favorites because I personally believe that grits are the best thing a man can eat in the morning, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, ladies, tell your man to start eating grits.
I agree.
That's the best thing you can do if you want to keep her happy. I know. It worked for me before.
She's sweet as her mama's iced tea. Got a bite like her daddy's Jim Beam. She's strong like the boots on her feet.
I love
Smooth as a rock skipping into the creek. She'll charm like a southern belle. Then raise some kind of hell. Tight lips, unless you say that you're getting like Brady's creme brulee. If you wanna run with us, take a sip and saddle up. Grits, G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Your sweet potato pie gonna shut your mouth, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Backwoods shining, got the whole world talking about grits. She got pearls with her Sunday best. Tight where it's right, making you feel blessed. Slow draw like molasses. Gets your heart racing when she's shaking her hips. If you wanna run with us, take a sip and saddle up. Grits, G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Your sweet potato pie gonna shut your mouth, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits, G-R-I-T-S. Backwoods shining, got the whole world talking about grits. Little holy water wish I could tongue with. Southern girls don't take no grits. G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits. G-R-I-T-S. Your sweet potato pie gonna shut your mouth, yeah, grits. G-R-I-T-S. Girls raised in the South, yeah, grits. G-R-I-T-S. Backwoods shining, got the whole world talking about grits.
Okay. Now we got. Hey, Sam.
There we go.
All right. That is, both of those songs are so damn good. Remind us who your producer was again, because
So Sean Giovanni, he produces everything that I've put out so far. I record out of the record shop in Nashville.
right.
So very fortunate to do so. He's kick ass. And my director is Ty King. So all the music videos that you see have all been done by Ty. And
Right.
he is stupid talented.
Hang on, I'm sitting here bumbling around. Sorry. Ah, my God, what's happening? There we go. Oh, it's me. I was trying to put you up there, but we're not going to fool with it for a minute. So, let's, for the people who haven't ever heard us before, and I know there's a lot of friends here today. I see some new comments as well. Give us a little, Brian, we have somebody who's never heard your song Grits.
Oh, really?
Remember,
Grits-
Brian, that is
This is one of the older
Grits.
ones. I think it's about to be 2 years old now. I'm pretty sure. That one was a fun one. I got to float around in an entire pickup truck full of beer, which was great.
You slammed a few of them. Yeah, you had to getting a little tankish by the time you
Well,
got done
we
with
did
that.
an entire slip and slide full of beer too, and I mean, I consumed lots of beer that day, so I have vague memories of it. But the music video came out really, really good.
It happened.
A little inhibition lowering technique. Just
Oh,
drink
yeah.
tons of beer and put it on the slip and slide. Leave your mouth open while you slide down the slip and slide. You're just going to get more tanked, and then you might get a couple blades of grass.
Yeah, but you
Just
know,
surprising.
surprisingly, it took a lot more engineering than I originally thought it would to get the beer to come out right down the slip and slide, because it took us forever to figure out how to make the beer actually spray. So
Right.
yeah, it was.
Did
It
you
was
do like put some Mentos in a jar and get it to splooge that way, or
no. So we ended up doing, like, you know how you shotgun it, you stab it. We would shake it real fast, stab it, and then have it sprayed right before we would go down. So it ended up working pretty good.
gotcha.
In my younger years,
Mhm.
I used to bite those things open.
Oh, geez.
You bite open the bottle of beer?
No, it can. I'd just bite the
Most
can.
people do that. That looks painful.
God damn, man.
That's not. Yeah, that's an
Imagine.
extra level.
After
Yeah.
about 4 or 5 of them, it all seems like a great idea.
I'm sure I'd do a lot of things that seem like a great idea after 4 or 5 of them that are not.
It's what we do.
So
All adult children report to the freaking beer tent.
Yeah.
yeah,
Usually first in line.
I'm gonna do a quick poll here. Has anybody who doesn't drink ever tried a non-alcoholic beer?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
You did. Which ones have you enjoyed, if any?
I really haven't enjoyed any of them. O'Doul's was not terrible.
Which one?
O'Doul's.
Yeah.
Oh, O'Doul's. Yeah.
It wasn't
To me,
awful.
it tasted like really crappy beer. I had one the other night. The reason I brought this up is, guys at Heineken, I'd like a sponsorship. I actually tried your ersatz beer, and I am the Godzone drunk, man. I love beer. In fact, that's why I tried one. I was having a lobster roll and sitting in the sun with a lobster roll, good garlicky butter on it, and then no beer. It's just like, it don't work. So I tried one. A friend of mine, and when I first stopped drinking, I tried it just because, well, maybe I'll see. And I said, no, I'm not going to do this. God, it might turn me into a raving alcoholic again. I'm now 3 years into it. I don't really give a crap about getting drunk anymore at all, or even drinking it. But it felt so great to have a beer that actually tasted like a beer. And I had a lobster roll, and I chowed the thing down, and I was like, wow. Didn't feel any buzz, nothing like
I
that,
don't
but
know.
it just tasted right.
Non-alcoholic beer is just kind of like decaffeinated coffee to me. What's the point?
Well, you know what? Me too. And that's the thing about it. I've always said that. And I didn't drink it for the longest time, but I will tell you, just for that one.
I mean, the taste is what I would be going for too. I mean, for non.
It made that moment perfect.
there,
And I
then.
felt good. And it was like, it wasn't like drinking to me. I know, face it, all fake beer tastes like fake beer. It's like piss almost. But
Yeah,
they've
well,
gotten
it's
better.
like the
I'm
fake
impressed.
wine that they have for pregnant ladies. You know, they've got non-alcoholic wine now for women that are pregnant, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, you know, if you're kind of pregnant and you can't give up the wine, you're probably going to be an alcoholic anyway when you don't get back to it. I mean, I don't know. Call me silly. I've known women, a lot of women in my life, who partied their ass off. And when they got pregnant, man, they just instantly, if guys got pregnant, we'd be like, just one more, okay? I'll do that tomorrow. But, you know, women get pregnant.
Straighten up. Yeah, women are totally different. You're right. I've seen it too. They'll flip that switch and be completely different.
It's like overnight. And my daughter was that way. You know, she didn't have a drinking problem or anything like that. It's just that she wouldn't touch any damn thing. I knew she quit smoking. And, you know, it's what you got to do. I mean, people are dumb, man. We're getting people. Imagine beer in all unlikely places.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a pumpkin spice beer now. I mean, everything is now, everything's a gimmick.
Spice anything.
Have you seen this shit?
Trend should be flawed.
I like pumpkin spice.
But beer?
But not in my beer.
I mean, that's one of them, like a dare thing. Hey, I dare you to drink that, you know?
That's just really gross.
Exactly. It seems freaking nasty.
I don't even want to, like, have pumpkin spice anything. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people
like
it.
I'm a girl. I'm pretty sure we're just born with it. I don't know. There's very few women that I know that don't like pumpkin spice.
You know what? You're right. In fact, as a quick poll here, we've got some lovely ladies sitting here. Ladies, how many of you guys will say yay to pumpkin spice? And guys too. Brian, you're here. I don't.
Deborah's with me on the coffee in the thing. I got.
Brian doesn't seem like a pumpkin spice kind of guy. He's got a 700 horsepower.
Pumpkin spice just tastes like the season. It just tastes like fall. It's fantastic. I will defend pumpkin spice on it.
Wow.
I won't defend the decaffeinated coffee, but pumpkin spice. I mean, I look like pumpkin spice. So, I mean,
that could be your new nickname for Christmas. God. We're going to call you Pumpkin Spice from now on.
Oh, yeah. Pumpkin spice is sticking.
Oh, man, one big thick piece of pumpkin pie, and here I am, ladies.
You know what we got to do? We got to get our comic book guy. We got to get him. We got to get
you can
Rich.
Get away with it.
We need Rich to draw a picture of you dressed up for, I don't know, the Fire Island Parade or something, and have a picture of Irish and call him Pumpkin Spice.
All I can see is like Sleepy Hollow, him throwing the pumpkin head down the thing, and here comes Irish's head all freaking bald and upset and begrudging. Great.
I bet Rich could do a really good picture of that.
Rich is amazing. Hey, look, man, you want to talk about some cool people on this show. You got, you know, Rant Man Mike, the amazing Julie Bruno, Rich Parada. I mean, you got some great people on this thing.
Yeah, there's a stupid amount of talent on here, and that has been on here throughout time. Now that I think about it,
and some good ones, man.
Yeah,
you know, I look back and sometimes shows I haven't really watched. Like, I probably watched maybe 10% of all the shows we've done. There are probably around 300 of them last I checked, and was fighting with YouTube for the past fucking 70, 80 hours. But at any rate, we've had a couple of shows I'm going to be bringing back in November and December. I'm going to cut up some of the more entertaining moments we've had on the show. And let me tell you, you will be surprised. There have been some moments that have just totally slipped out of my head since we did the show. And in particular, in my early days when we started the show, it was just so wretchedly bad. And I was so bad and scared of the camera. And, you know, the worst one I remember is the first one, and I was scared. I was terrified. My hands were shaking because I had Warren Zevon's wife on. My first, like, real guest, instead of just, you know, the pipe fitter down the street. I had him come over and ask him what he thought about the war, you know, and he's like, what war? Anyway, some of the people we've had on have been really fun. And then some have been not so fun, but really funny. And, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some of my favorites. I think personally, my best favorite interview I've ever done was the first time Irish came on the show. To me, I didn't know how to approach Irish, didn't know him, and I'm going to pat myself and say I think it was one of the best shows. I didn't fuck up anything or say the wrong thing, other than once where I actually realized I was kind of doing, I guess, what they called the mansplaining thing, which I find stupid because I have many women who do the same shit, but for sake of an argument, I I didn't know what to expect. And you know, Irish came on and I just immediately liked him and we hit it off. That's all I could say. It's like, you know, we all go to parties or go to a gig and you meet somebody. And sometimes you just meet somebody and you resonate and it's like you're cool. You instantly
It's
know
the drummer thing, brother. I just think there's a thing between knucklehead drummers.
well, you know, the thing about drummers
I
is,
agree.
yeah, we're all just pretty clinically insane at some level on the DM, you know. On the
I love
DM,
drummers, though. They're my favorite.
psychology of drummers, you know. We're
Y'all are the animals.
hey, look, man, kids like me, small children like me.
Yeah, he's good with pets and kids. He sings, he dances, he jumps through hoops.
Not housebroken.
Oh,
But
no,
I can't make any promises on that one.
well, actually, when I used
Especially
to
with the
drink, one
beer
time
and
I
the-
came
I've
in
never
incredibly
been
blasted.
Broken.
And went to the men's room and I picture this. I come home from a gig, I'm like blackout drunk, stumbling around the house. My poor long-suffering wife is in there going, oh great, he's home. And I like him swigging out of the milk jug out in the kitchen. My kids put a fucking snake around the milk jug a couple times, which had me like freak out. And the kids, what happened was I got
Yeah,
bit.
what you
I haven't
get.
told the snake story for everybody. Here we go. My parents, when I was 18, let me drive a van that they had just bought. It was all carpeted. It looked like one of those, it looked like the pedo vans that fucking freaks.
Oh,
the
yeah,
fuck
the
around
creepy
in.
Astro van.
Yeah, and it had like the window in the back. It was all carpeted. I used to take out, you know, chicks from Plant City and ride around in the van with them, have a good time. And at any rate, they wouldn't let me drive it very often. So the first time they let me drive it, they had just bought it and they allowed me to take it to the dump. Well, the reason I have a somewhat tense reaction to snakes is all the trash in the back obviously had a snake about this long. My arm spread's about 6'1", and that snake was about 4'1". Looked big, and snakes, you can tell a poisonous one from a non-poisonous by the shape of their eye. So if that snake's pupil is round, here's Neil, Dr. Science, the little round hole there, it's not poisonous. On the other hand, if it's ellipsoidal, the pupil, like a cat, for example, it's fucking poisonous. So picture this. I'm driving down the driveway with all this garbage thinking, man, my folks are going to let me use the van to haul my band around. This is cool. I got to not fuck up. At this point, I feel
Fucking
something
mystery
brush
machine.
against my leg, but I don't respond. I think I've maybe bumped something. The next thing I feel in rapid succession, bam, 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 then grab. And he's hanging on my knee, this fucking snake. So at this point, I go, fuck, boom, hit my head on the ceiling of the van. The van creams slowly at like 2 miles an hour into the fence. Mind you, my parents, my dad's a former military guy, an intelligence officer, and he's very fucking calm, not like me. Totally not like me. Well, he's watching the van slowly crash into the fence going, he'll never drive this shit again. What is he doing? My God. They come running out. I'm in the van screaming like a 12-year-old girl. In fact, Sam was probably tougher than me. She would have probably picked up the fucking snake. But with it hanging on my leg, I'm in a severe state. I'm like wishing I had drugs of some kind. My dad rips open the side door and he's going, Neil, keep calm. Keep calm. I'm going, what the fuck, calm? What kind of snake is this son of a bitch? I'm looking at its eyes. I'm thinking, is it round? Is it ellipsoidal? Fuck if I know.
Oh,
It
you're
looks kind of round in the ellipsoidal way. I'm just going mad. I'm going mad crazy. Fucking, my dad's like, I pull up the snake and I go, is this thing poisonous? I'm looking at it. It's a red rat snake. Friendly snake. People haven't.
Yeah, not poisonous. Yeah.
Friendly
Poor
ish.
bastard had his
It's a
tail
snake.
like forked. So I don't blame him. But man, let me tell you, a non-poisonous snake bites you with the force of like, think of your nasty mom's nasty chihuahua. Fucking kind of dog.
Yeah, I
that
mean, it's
never
still not
comes
fun to
one
get bit
fang
by
that
a
latches on you every time.
Oh, really sucks. And speaking of rat snakes, for my environmental science lab the other day, I was telling you, remember we were talking on video chat the other day, we had to go look at snakes in the Nashville area because
Oh yeah, we were talking snakes.
snake
Did you
disease
catch some?
called OO, and it's threatening to wipe out the snake population in Tennessee, and that's disastrous. So they have this little clear plastic tube that gets slid over a snake's head as you catch it so that you can swab it down and test it and see if it has the fungus on it and stuff.
No.
Yeah, Look, there's no way that I ever am going to believe that plastic tube is honestly going to make me feel safe. But we did catch a rat snake. It didn't kill us. I pet it. It was kind of nice. I wouldn't want to do it in the wilderness.
You don't think that thing, you got to be careful what kind of snakes you're petting out there. Trouble with use, it could be really a bad situation. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we had it for class.
I was waiting for how long that was going to take.
Wrangling it, and we needed to inspect it so we could like do our report on it and everything. But it played nice. I pet its little belly while they held it still, and we released it. No snakes were harmed. But yeah, that's my rat snake story. It just happened a couple weeks ago.
I have a good snake story for you. One of my many jobs in my career, I was the audio video guru at the Florida Aquarium. We had sharks. We had what are those things? Nutrias, giant rats that walk around.
Yep. And
they would occasionally get loose in the aquarium.
Oh no!
I'd be out looking at all my audio video stuff, taking my morning walk through to make sure everything's working. And the first time I was like there a week. And I look, and there's like these 4 giant capybara rat things, whatever they are.
Those things are monstrous.
At a brisk trot. At this point, I'm thinking, man, I got my gun out in the car. This doesn't look like a good situation. And the biologists come around the corner. And of course, I'm just joking with them about, I'll get the gun and we'll have dinner tonight. They didn't find my humor very appealing. Biologists they're an interesting bunch of people. Like, I like them, kind of.
Yeah. I like some biologists that I've met so far. They
end up having a job though where they have to constantly like clean up dog or animal crap, and that's part of the job.
What you have to do to become a biologist. I mean, they're an odd breed for a reason. I mean, like I've heard horror stories just about taking microbiology, which I know they've had to take Uber classes on and stuff. So I mean, you have to be wired a certain way to be into biology or ecology. Period. Like,
right. It's like being an undertaker kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, great money. Nobody wants to do that shit. But, on the other hand, if you think about it, depending on like I worked at a vet clinic too. I've done a lot of things in
you
my
smelled things coming out of the biology lab.
I tell you what, working as a vet tech is a very rewarding and fun job because it just, I like that job. But what I didn't like is why I prefer animals to most people. First off, they're a lot smarter, and
I agree.
They don't bite unprovoked unless you're doing something they're really good to you. But people, on the other hand, we've all met, and there's plenty of great people. I love people as well, but not the same.
Love people too.
But yeah, I think it's kind of, you have to be wired to be an undertaker. I mean, I'm not afraid of the dead, so there's some things about the job that would be appealing. You get paid a lot of money to do something that, face it, you make money because of the scarcity of product. Not many people wake up in the morning and go, like Kanye. He didn't become Kanye the Undertaker. He became
kind of peaceful though, if you think about it. I mean, it's not the job for me. I'm a little too squeamish for it, but you're doing a great service as an Undertaker. And I mean, you are providing closure usually to most families in a way.
On the other hand, though, they always
somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. But on the other hand, let me ask you, Sam, if you would you date someone who was an Undertaker?
Oh hell yeah, absolutely.
Okay. How about ladies? How many people out there would date an Undertaker?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
I don't know. It's kind of some ladies, it's a pulse and a paycheck thing. Other ladies, they want the top dollar, man. I know, man.
I mean, I'm into pre-law, so like that's my grown-up career is law. That's the target. So I'm into the oddities and stuff like that. So it wouldn't bother me. Part of law comes with true crime, and I'm a true crime junkie. So
right.
Still.
I get it. I'm curious about what makes people tick always. Everybody who comes on, whether they're a guest, whether they're a musician, whether they're an entertainer of some kind, it's always interesting to find out. I've found some of the most interesting people in the world that have been on my show, and they're not hugely famous, but they might be on their way up or down. And then people who make it in entertainment bust their ass to do it as a result.
It is a tough thing, and sometimes there ain't even no guarantees that you make it, no matter how good you are, man.
Yeah, that's the
somebody who's
being an entertainer, but the hustle of the game is relevancy, trying to stay relevant. It's not the creating the art or the playing or the entertaining itself. That's the most fun freaking part. The hardest part is trying to keep everyone's attention and the massive amount of people. You're not talking like a couple thousand people. You're talking tens of thousands of people, and then people beyond my level that have to keep up with hundreds of thousands to millions of people, which they have whole teams of people that help keep up their relevancy. But that's where being an independent artist is even more of a pain in the ass.
Yep.
You have
to be a lot closer to like at your level and the lower levels when you're rising up. You got to work hard, man. Like I learned from you, Sam, when we were talking one day about coffee shops. Because I used to be like, I'm not playing no damn scrub coffee shop. The hell with that.
Yeah.
I had a great place here in town that I love, and they just closed last week, and it's really crimping my style because every day after the show, I'd go down there and get myself a cup of tea. And now they're gone. There's no music scene down there anymore. And it's like, it's a bummer because this Val, if you're out there, if you're watching today, thanks for a great 10 years of music here in Highlands. She created a single girl on opportunity, worked her ass off, became the owner of a little coffee shop. She bought it.
That's awesome.
Created a scene around it. What people would come from all around the county I live in Monmouth County, New Jersey. It's amazing though how one or two people, you can break through it. But Sam, what you said earlier in the conversation is what I'm going to go back to. Breaking through that noise consistently. Like think about Dolly Parton, you know? Woman's been on the top of the scale forever. And it ain't because she was like, you know, it's not because she just looked pretty or anything. The chick had chops, man. When I heard you, the first time
a brain too, man. That woman is a smart one.
And I heard, that's why I met you, Sam. I went, who's this chick singing Jolene, man? This better be good, because otherwise I'm going to rag on this, man. As soon as I heard it, I literally
I've been so scared to put a song out in my life because of that right there. Like, if you're going to mess with Jolene, you better
do something good and cool. And you did. You made it your own, which is hard to do.
Yeah, but you killed it, and the video was dynamite.
I appreciate it. It still freaks me out about how people are going to take it as they come across it, but I'm glad I did it. It was an awesome.
I'm glad you did it too. I was sitting on the couch, and Annie's used to hearing me do the 30-second. I'm listening to some band, and I listen to the beginning, and if they're really good, I go to the end and listen to the end. And if they're really good, I listen to the whole thing, and then I start figuring out how to call them on the phone and get them on the show.
Right.
Sam, that's how it worked. I'm like, Annie, hell, man, I thought she had big balls covering, Jolene. I had to check this out. And you're not going to believe it. Wait till you hear this. Come in here. And she's like, I'm trying to do something. I'm cooking or whatever she was doing. And I cranked it up, let my neighbors hear it real well. And I let the whole thing play. I let it play.
It's not a show without harassing the neighbors.
At that point, I believe I was already sending you a note saying, hey, I am this goofball up here in Jersey. I've got a show and I want to have you on. And here we are. And since this is, look, I'm amazed. I'm having so much fun. It's like we're 4 minutes away from the show being done. So I think rather than me talking, and then we'll come back and let Sam talk, we'll play another video. How's that sound, people?
It's always good for music. That's why we're here, man.
All right. Well, let's hear. This is one I kind of have overlooked until recently, Sam. Clank, clank.
Yeah, I slid that one in just like while I was doing some school stuff a while back. So.
Okay. Well,
and I haven't actually finished that song at all, so I don't think anyone's really heard Clank Clank.
I have heard Clank Clank.
Yeah, maybe it's so you guys, yeah. That follow, maybe I've heard it.
Well, excellent. We're going to crank up some Sam. All right, people, check this out. This is some good stuff. We're going to roll out of the show after this song. So everybody who's watching, please, we have Brian Sherrill on tonight, just back from his European tour, and it's going to be a good time. So here we go.
All right.
Come on now. Get on, girls, jump now. Shake those hips down to the ground. Grab a PBR, let's get loud. Come on, clank, clank. Take another drink. Roll one, choke one, grab one, soak one. Come on, clank, clank. Take another drink. Well, I like my meal like I like my whiskey. Tall and strong and awfully frisky. Jack on one side, Jim on the other. Tell you I'm playing down to another. Now clank, clank. Take another drink. Roll one, choke one, grab one, soak one. Come on, clank, clank. Take another drink. I'm a hellraiser, stargazer. Have a real good time with a living shadow. Clank, clank. Take another drink. Roll one, take one, grab one, soak one. Come on, clank, clank. Take another drink. And I ain't done yet. Now come on!
All right, everybody, Sam Rourke, live with Neve. We'll be back this afternoon. See you at 4 o'clock.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
See everybody this afternoon. Thank you to Sam Rourke, Irish to Detroit Madman. We'll be back in a little bit. Thank you. And Deb, this afternoon, I know you're probably sleeping, but well, glad to see everybody. Thank you for watching. Out of here.